If you get 1% better every day for the next 365 days, you will be 37 times better than your previous self. But how does one get better? It is by building good habits and breaking bad ones. The book Atomic Habits gives a clear breakdown of how habits are formed and how you can use that framework to build good habits and bring a drastic change in your life. In today's video, we will first discuss about the habit formation framework as mentioned in the book Atomic Habits, and then see 5 practical applications of this framework to better your finances in 2023. So let's get straight into the video. So James mentions in his book that there are 4 stages that are responsible for the formation of a habit. He calls these 4 stages the habit loop. Why loop? Because they work in a circular fashion. The 4 stages are: make it obvious, make it attractive, then make it easy, and lastly, make it satisfying. The first stage of making a habit obvious involves introducing different cues that helps you to initiate the thought of the habit. The cue can be a place, a time, or even an activity that you love doing. Making yourself clear about these aspects helps you to initiate the thought process of starting the habit. For example, if you want to increase your water intake, what you can do is you just need to place a water bottle on your work desk, and whenever you are running errands during the day, you can carry a water bottle along with you. This way, you are using all the places where you spend time during the day as cues because you have made the water readily available at all places. One of the strategy that the book mentions is habit stacking. It involves implementing a new habit just after performing a habit that you already have. For example, after brushing my teeth, I will meditate for 10 minutes. Notice very carefully here that the first activity does not put any pressure on you. Why? Because it is something that you already do in your daily life. The second stage in the formation of a habit is making it attractive. Habits are basically dopamine-driven feedback loops. That is, the more the dopamine released in your body, the more is the motivation to act. To make a habit attractive, one can join social clubs. Why social club? Because social reinforcement has the ability to make even unpleasant activities enjoyable. For example, if exercising at home is boring and feels like a big task to you, then try joining a Zumba class. Another strategy to make a habit attractive is temptation bundling. For example, reading a book while playing your favorite music in the background. The third stage is making the habit easy to perform. Majority of people fall prey to analysis paralysis, and therefore it is recommended that your focus should be on taking action rather than planning all the time. It is said that you must do the action often before trying to make it perfect. For example, if you start a YouTube channel, then in the initial days, you just need to focus on posting videos consistently. And as time passes by, you can work on improving the lighting condition, the sound quality, and the way you deliver your material. One should try to reduce the friction to perform a desirable habit. But how can you reduce the friction? It is by introducing prime environments and reducing the number of steps required to perform the habit. For example, if you know that you snack on a lot of unhealthy stuff all the time, then what you can do is you can place healthy snacks next to you. This way, you eliminate the steps of first controlling your temptation of eating unhealthy and then finding a healthy snack. An interesting tool that the author mentions is the commitment device. A commitment device is the choice you make in the present that controls your action in the future. He shares that once the author Victor Hugo was due to write his book, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but he had procrastinated a lot. Now, an interesting thing that he did to eliminate the procrastination was that he asked his assistant to take all his clothes and lock it in a chest. And all he had was a large shawl to wear. Now, since he couldn't go outdoors because of lack of proper clothing, he was forced to sit in his study all the time. And consequently, he was able to publish the book 2 weeks earlier than the target date. The last stage in the formation of a habit is making it satisfying. It is said that what is immediately rewarded is repeated and what is immediately punished is avoided. Rewards are a great way to help in building new habits. For example, you can treat yourself with your favorite beverage after completion of a new habit. Also, in whatever you do, seeing progress is really satisfying, and therefore you should always keep a track on your habits. For example, at the time of scripting this video, I had 280 subscribers, and since I have YouTube analytics to see my subscriber growth, I feel really satisfying to see that my subscribers are growing one at a time. You can also make bad habits unsatisfying by doing habit contracts that have public consequences. For example, you might have seen YouTubers that write on their YouTube banner that they will post a video every Tuesday and Thursday. The reason they do it is to bring a sense of accountability, and they feel really guilty if they are not able to post a video on those days. So now that you have understood the 4 stages of habit formation, let's look at 5 practical applications of this framework to better your finances in 2023. The first habit is to avoid impulse purchases. The cue for spending money on impulse purchases arises when you see online advertisements or when you're doing window shopping and you see an object that seems really cool to you at that particular time. To make this habit unattractive, you can think of the opportunity cost of spending money on impulse purchases. You might have reached a little closer to the more important financial goals that you might have had. To make it easy, in breaking this habit, you can take at least 48 hours to decide whether you actually need the product or not. If the answer, however, is yes, then you should always take into consideration that the product is value for money. Value for money does not mean buying the cheapest option available, but it means that the product serves you a purpose and it has enough quality that it can last for a good time. Lastly, to make it satisfying, you can track how fast you are able to reach to your other financial goals. The second application is to ensure that adequate insurance is taken and that the emergency fund is refreshed. The cue in this case can be major life events such as being promoted, getting married, or even having a baby. When income increases, majority of people also increase their expenses. And obviously, when the number of family members are increasing, definitely your expense is going to go up. So ideally, the amount of insurance that you had taken 5 years ago would be inadequate, and your emergency fund will also have to be refreshed as per your latest expenses. To make this habit attractive, you can vouch for the feeling of peace, because in case of any mishappening or any unexpected unforeseen event, you will have the insurance and the emergency fund to aid you. To make this habit easy, you can simply take an increasing term life insurance wherein the death benefit keeps on increasing as you age. As far as the emergency fund is concerned, you can see to it that the total amount equates to at least 6 months of your expenses. If not, then you can start a recurring deposit in a bank to save some money and then later on transfer it to the emergency fund. Now, since the increasing term life insurance will take care of itself, you just need to focus on the emergency fund where you will have to open certain recurring deposits. You can make this habit satisfying by treating yourself with a massage or a night out with friends. The third application is paying off high interest debt. The cue here will be the large amount of money being deducted from your bank account, which goes towards the interest portion of the debt repayment. To make this habit attractive, you can think of how your financial stress will reduce and at the same time your credit score will increase. Also, you can think of the amount of money you would have saved that would have otherwise gone towards interest. To make this habit easier to perform, you can simply live below your means and keep your lifestyle expenses constant. This will help you to put any excess income towards the repayment of debt, whether it be from a matured LIC policy or a bonus that you received from your company. You can make this habit satisfying by tracking your progress of becoming debt-free. The fourth application is upskilling yourself for a future-proof career. The cue here can be that you realize that the work you are doing is monotonous and you can easily be replaced by AI or ML, or that you are stuck in a position in a company for many years without receiving significant growth. You can make the habit of upskilling attractive by exploring different courses and webinars online and seeing how people have been able to improve their skills at the comfort of their home and consequently increase their income too. To make this habit easy to perform, you can simply set up a clean desk at your home and pay upfront for courses on platforms such as Udemy or Skillshare. Paying upfront for the course will help you to commit to learning. Also, make sure to keep all the distractions away from you, especially your phone. To make this habit satisfying, you can see how you have honed new skills, and you might also garner tangible results such as a promotion or a raise in your company. The fifth application is building passive income through investing and other creative ways. The cue here can be to see the life of millionaires and observe that 65% of millionaires have at least 3 or more streams of income. And you also wouldn't want inflation to reduce the value of your money. You can make this habit attractive by looking at the benefits of building passive income and how it helps you to achieve financial security and independence. To make this habit easy to perform, you can do budgeting and identify money leakages such as eating out several times a week or shopping for status. All these money leakages can be avoided and investments can be done in financial instruments such as stocks. You can also create digital assets such as online courses or pre-recorded webinars and sell them online through performance marketing. To make this habit satisfying, you can look at your increasing passive income and celebrate the progress of becoming financially free. Becoming financially free will help you to truly follow your passion and be elated at the place you are.